Max Keiser is often regarded as one of the most outspoken people in the crypto industry and is perhaps known to be the most uber of Bitcoin maxis. In this video, we reveal Max's most intriguing and controversial quotes on Bitcoin superiority, his dislike of altcoins, how Bitcoin will end central banks, how institutions are manipulating Bitcoin, and also where he sees Bitcoin's future.
Bitcoin is, as I say, you don't change Bitcoin, Bitcoin changes you. So as world leaders' minds are transformed by the protocol, there is tectonic shifts in how power is wielded. And as we see in El Salvador, they understand that Bitcoin is the future. Bitcoin offers two things that you don't get anywhere else. Number one, you get guaranteed increase in purchasing power, mathematically guaranteed increase in purchasing power against everything else. But now with countries making it legal tender, with corporations piling onto it on their assets, on their banks' reserves, with the hash rate, hitting new all-time highs, 200 quintillion calculations per second, all the fundamentals are strong. It's now irrefutably better than gold, and just in everything across the board.
So in my view, the US dollar is on its last legs. It will no longer be the world reserve currency. The value of the Bitcoin, the dollar inflation you see in the United States will continue to rise. Everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. So everything you have that's not Bitcoin, in terms of purchasing power, is going to zero against Bitcoin. Stocks, bonds, fiat money, your property. So the only wealth you're ever going to have going forward is your Bitcoin wealth. So you need to start accumulating immediately, because every single thing that you own is going to zero against Bitcoin.
Ethereum is a scam, just to be clear.
Ethereum is a scam because it's centralized?
Because it's 70% pre-mined, and the founders dump coins onto, it's a pyramid scheme. Ethereum is essentially a pyramid scheme. It's a scam. Transactions have been reversed. There's never been an audit. Nobody knows how many Ethereum there are.
Just buy Bitcoin and hold it. That's the one thing you can do for yourself. Don't try to time the Bitcoin market, the altcoin market with all these different coins. And because we know from the last 8-9 years that there's a very it's very destructive to people's portfolios. There's just so much has been lost trading these altcoins. Now, the end game of the experiment of central banks that began 300 years ago with the Bank of England, that's now collapsing. It's over. It didn't work. The economies couldn't handle it. The governments couldn't stop printing too much money to pay for too many bad programs.
I mean, central banks, as I was saying before, they're coming to the end of a 300-year period, a cycle. There's no point in having a central bank. And they don't like the idea that a country could adopt Bitcoin and decentralize itself away from the global banking cartel and away from centralized banks and everything that comes with the centralized banks. I mean, the IMF is a central bank, so central banks don't like decentralized money.
And Warren Buffett is one of those quintillionaires. Without, Warren Buffett's track record, without getting bailed out by the feds every few months, would be horrible. He would be selling hot dogs in the park. He would be on a park bench like a bum. He simply exists. He's a quintillionaire. He does nothing productive. He's never invented anything. He's never really provided any services. He just sits there in his basement collecting free money from the Fed. So BlackRock's terrible. They're one of the worst players on Wall Street. They're completely without morals whatsoever. Their business model is just repackaging stocks and selling them as ETFs. You know, they own more, their ETFs own more stocks than there are stocks, right? They're just and they charge a fee for that. Now, the cycles in Bitcoin, I think, you know, looking ahead, will be, I see a problem developing in 18 months of liquidity, where it's just people are going to not be able to source Bitcoin at any price. So Bitcoin should trade at parity to gold in terms of market capitalization, which means that it could easily go from 85,000 a coin, 850,000 a coin during this cycle. So say the next 5 years. So you got 1,000% return in 5 years. I think is a reasonable expectation for Bitcoin as it achieves parity in market capitalization with gold, which it definitely should because it does everything gold does, but it does it better.
We hope this collection of quotes from Max Keiser has made you think about whether he is right about Bitcoin today and how it will evolve in the future. Please like this video and subscribe. And if you'd like to suggest other well-known figures to quote who have cryptoverse charisma, please comment below.